Hey lovers, Amitabha here. I made a video earlier and it was like almost 20 minutes, so I'm going to try to make another one and make it shorter about the same thing because I think it's important and it's something that's occurred recently in my life. And also, I have different music in the background because I'm probably going to upload the other one too because it's funny, I think. But I had Michael Bublé playing in the background and I couldn't help but indulge a few times, and it was highly distracting to my highly distractible mind. There you go. And so, what that video is about is going to be about the same thing this video is about, and but I'm going to try to do it short, I'm going to say within 7 minutes. So, and it's about how to not give away your peace, and methods. I wouldn't say a method, but I'll describe what methods I've used, I suppose, to get myself to a place where I don't have to hold on to things anymore, and I have that choice now. And I've been accused recently, I'm not going to say by who, but, and in the past, maybe a year or two, of repressing my emotions and being ingenuine and inauthentic and fake. And those times when people have accused me of this, they have all been highly upset and emotional based on things that I've said. And it's all been to do with spirituality and my truth. And for example, I'm not going to name any names because I don't think that's a good thing to do. But let's say what happened recently was somebody was angry with me because they had expectations of what I was supposed to do, and I didn't fulfill their expectations as they had set out in their mind. However, I did do everything that I didn't even have to do anything, but I did everything that I could, and it still wasn't good enough. Let's just say that. And this person got highly angry, and I was like, yo, let's talk. Can we talk about this? And the person was too upset to stop, and too unaware to stop and just say, okay, well, let's talk, or let's just drop it. Even better. Other times it's happened when I would talk about my experience, my spiritual experience, and it's like they didn't buy it. They thought I was, you can't possibly be peaceful because I'm not, sort of thing. No, they didn't say that in those words, but that was the underlying, I wouldn't say intention, but that was the underlying subconscious program that was going on. But you can't possibly know how somebody is unless you're them. I mean, you can feel, if you start to open up energetically, you can feel energies and things like that. But which I do. But it's still my interpretation. And so how can I possibly say that it's true? It's an interpretation. So what I would like to suggest is, I'm not going to suggest anything. I'm just going to tell you what I've done to be able to let things go. Just everything in life. And I still have times when I have challenges, and that's why I continue to meditate, because I'm not cured yet. This dysfunctional mind is not purified yet. And it is a disease that we all have. Is the dysfunctional egoic mind. It's false. It's not real. It's an illusion, and everybody talks about it. And everything is illusion, but everything but their mind, and everything but what they want. But everything you want is an illusion. Everything in your mind is an illusion, because we are not these thoughts. We are I'm not even going to say what we are, because if I knew that, it can't be spoken anyhow. But if I knew that, I would be even more peaceful than I am. I would be more like the monk I met at the Buddhist temple in Niagara Falls, and that guy just, to me, he just looks like peace personified. And so the things I've been doing over the last 6 years, but in particular the last year or two, I began, well, of course, meditating, and I did a lot of mantra meditation over the years, very intense in the beginning, and somewhat consistent over the years. However, I have gone through months where I haven't done it, but now, right now, my practice is actually very weak, which I'm just starting to ramp up again. But it does accumulate. In Buddhism they talk about merits, building up merits so that you have good karma in the next life. And I don't buy into that so much. I buy into cause and effect. There's a cause and there's an effect in this life. And I'm going to make another video talking about karma, because I don't want to get off topic here. So I believe that any mental causes that I've created in this life affect this life. And you can live as though it affects the future, but to live as though the past affects you now is sort of like something you can't control anymore. So you might as well act and live as though the present is the only thing that affects your past, and your present is the only thing that affects the future and your present. So I began meditating and doing mantra meditation a lot, and it really started to open me up, and eventually, I forgave my father, but it wasn't like I had to sit and think about it. It wasn't something I thought about. It wasn't something I thought about at all. My dad, is an alcoholic, and he did a lot of things in his life to us and to others, to himself, that were, so-called harmful in the physical world. They're definitely harmful in the physical world, and cruel, and that's okay, because now I see why he did those things, and I hope he sees why he's done those things in the past and has reconciled with himself. Because anybody only does anything because they're in pain and they're suffering and they don't know what love is. Because love is not something you can talk about. And I talk about it, but that's not it. I can't talk about it. It's impossible. It doesn't. The words cannot match what love is. And so, on top of just straight regular meditation, mantra meditation, that I would do in my home, I've actually started spending time in nature over the past couple of years and meditating in nature, and I found it way more difficult. A lot of people say it's easier because you have this connection, but I think that's a lot of bullshit, if you ask me. I think it's harder in nature. It's so much easier to meditate in a quiet room by yourself with the lights off. Meditating in nature, there's sounds by birds, a trillion sounds coming from every direction, and the thing I would like to tell you that there isn't in your house, that is the most beneficial thing in spiritual practice, in my opinion, is bugs. Bugs, that's right. This video's over 7 minutes, I apologize. But there's bugs. And if you can sit with the bugs and let them crawl on you, let the spiders crawl on up your arm and up your shirt and up your face, and the flies sit on you, land on your face. Flies are brutal. The spiders are one thing, but flies, oh my god. But if you can do it, and you can sit and be at peace with it, and just allow it, even if you're not at peace with it, if you just allow it to do it, even if it drives you crazy, just allow it to crawl on you, then you'll have a way better chance of when somebody says you're an asshole and you did this and you did this to me when you didn't, you have a way better chance of letting that go, because it's not real. They're just thoughts, and we only get upset because of our minds. Nobody can upset you, and emotions are only mental interpretations of sensation, and we turn them into interpretations and mental garbage that just sits in our mind and rots and stinks up our whole being. Sorry, that's not a little bit more eloquent, but it's true. Your thoughts are the cause of all your suffering, because when you can stop your mind, there is no more suffering. There's only suffering when we label things. There's only suffering when we separate ourselves from other people. There's only suffering when we say something is bad and something else is good. So, if we can just start to release the mind, and it takes practice, because we don't learn this from a young age. I mean, if we had learned this from a young age, I think it might be different, but it's not. It takes a lot of practice, and if you want to have a life that, I'm walking backwards now, on stones, how's that? And that's another thing I'll do sometimes, is I'll walk on stones, and it hurts. You just walk slow, and you walk on stones, and you be with that pain. I'm not about, is that called sadomasochism or masochistic tendencies or something like that? I'm not about that. But walking barefoot is not as comfortable as walking in shoes. And when you can be with those discomforts and not be like, oh, I got to go get shoes, then you start to, I got to hold this with the other arm, because even though there's more shadow, my arm's hurting. If you can be with discomfort and pain and allow it to be, if you can be with bugs and allow it to be, if you can be with sounds and allow them to be, if you can be with other people talking to you and allow them to be, allow those words just to be words and don't create any more artificial meaning in your mind, and if you can be with sounds and allow them to be, and allow your mind to remain here instead of, oh, bird, oh, dog, oh, there's a dog, oh, you know what I mean? And everywhere, and try to remain here a little bit, then you'll have more peace. And it seems like redundant for some, because we've read about it, but not many people really do practice. So many people are into spirituality and they don't do any practice, or they do very little. But I'm telling you, you gotta do some serious practice if you want to be free. It's not that easy, unfortunately. But the more you do it, it's like anything. I'm trying to learn how to juggle. I got my little socks here to pull up, and I'm trying to learn how to juggle. And I said tonight, before the sun goes down, I'm going to be able to juggle. And can I do it yet? No, because I'm making videos. And I haven't practiced enough. But the more I practice, the better I'll get at it. Eventually, I'm going to be able to juggle. I'm going to make a video for you very soon with me juggling. And that's going to be because I practiced and I sat and committed myself to being able to juggle. And this is what it takes to be at peace, because our mind, we've allowed it to be conditioned. People have conditioned it for us. And it's full of shit. And until we flush the toilet by meditating, the mental toilet, a lot, there's more thoughts creating more shit. And until we stop creating the shit, we have to keep meditating. We have to keep working, practicing every single day. And I would highly recommend, I'm going to recommend somebody, because I listened to a wonderful talk by her last night. Her name's Tara Brach, and she's a Buddhist teacher. incredible talk I listened to last night. I'm gonna see if I can post it with this video, if I can find it. I downloaded it a long time ago and I just listened to it on my computer. But Buddhist talks are really good for reinforcing, I don't want to say beliefs, but habits, and encouraging habits, because it's in our habits, it's our mental habits and our physical habits that we create our lives with. And so if we develop good habits, then we'll have a good life. If we develop good mental habits, we'll have a good mental life. And our mental life really is our physical life. Physical is going to go, but it's the mind that we think we are, who we think we are and who we think we're not, who we think others are and who they're not. It's there that we create all our suffering. And I'm going to end this video because, like I said, I can't seem to make a short video, damn it. Whatever though. This is different. I'm going to upload the other one too because the content's a little bit different, and I hope you enjoyed this one too. If you watch it, you kick ass, but I hope you spend more time meditating than you do watching my videos. I hope you spend at least this 15-20 minutes meditating every day. You know, if I would say, don't ever watch another one of my videos if you don't spend that time every day meditating. Because you're more worth it. This information is, you know, I can't say it's not valuable. It is valuable if it helps you. But spend some time with yourself. And Tara Brock last night, what I was listening to, she's talking about her own practice. She went and meditated in a monastery for like 12 years, and then she came home, had a kid, and her practice, went down a little bit. It slowed it down a little bit, obviously. But she was, getting to the point where she was, missing days meditating. And I'm telling you, it's not worth it, because I'll meditate, days, weeks, sometimes months in a row, and then you miss a day, and it's like, I noticed a little bit of a difference in the quality of my day. It wasn't quite as good. And if you don't have those months and months of accumulative meditation, then if it's only you meditate for a week and then you miss a day, it's gonna have an even bigger impact. So the longer you do it consecutively, the more it's not lead time, but I guess overlap, spillover effect you'll have. And it's just like breathing. It's just as important as breathing. Your life is important. Your happiness is important. So check out my website too. It's www.worldpeacenow.ca, and I have a bunch of videos teaching you how to meditate. I'm going to start putting my own on there, but these are mostly from other people. Congratulations for watching this video, and if it means something to you, if it makes sense, then congratulations for sure, because it means that you're not resistant to the ideas. Because if you're resistant to the ideas, then it's not bad, it's just you're just not ready for this teaching yet. And there's a lot of other people that are teaching things that are a little bit more on the visualization and manifestation. If that's where you want to go first, that's fine. But visualization and manifestation, those are all cool, but do they lead to peace? I think the most important thing in life is do it if it leads to peace. If it doesn't lead to peace, then don't do it. And the most important thing is our mind. If the type of thoughts I'm holding and I'm thinking are not leading to peace, then you let them go. Let them all go. And then you'll be able to abide, peaceful abiding, I think, as Adyashanti says, is be able to reside in peaceful abiding. There you go. I'm gonna make that into a song. You're able to reside in peaceful abiding. All right, love you. 20 minutes. Holy shit! What a waste of time. Hope not. Love you. Bye.